In 1274, the most powerful empire on earth at the time turned its gaze towards Japan. The Mongols had crushed northern China, they had shattered the Jin dynasty, they had overrun Korea. No army had stopped them on land. Now, under the rule of Kublai Khan, they would attempt something unprecedented: a full-scale naval invasion of Japan. Twice. And twice they would fail. According to the official Yuan chronicle, the Yuan Shi, Kublai Khan sent diplomatic envoys to Japan multiple times during the 1260s and early 1270s, demanding tribute and recognition of Mongol supremacy. The Kamakura shogunate did not comply. Kublai ordered preparations for invasion. The Korean chronicle Goryeosa confirms that the kingdom of Goryeo was required to construct ships, provide sailors, and supply provisions. Shipbuilding accelerated along the Korean coast under imperial direction. The invasion force was multinational: Mongol commanders, northern Chinese infantry, Korean soldiers and sailors. This was not a steppe cavalry raid. It was a coordinated amphibious campaign, something far more complex than the land conquests that had defined Mongol expansion. The first invasion, 1274. In October 1274, Mongol-led forces struck Tsushima and Iki islands, defeating local defenders. They then landed at Hakata Bay in northern Kyushu. Japanese accounts describe unfamiliar tactics: tied infantry formations, coordinated volleys of arrows, explosive gunpowder bombs, confirmed by both written sources and archaeological findings. Samurai warfare traditionally emphasized mounted archery and individual combat. The Mongol army fought collectively, using battlefield coordination refined during campaigns in China and Central Asia. Fighting took place along the shoreline. By evening, Mongol forces withdrew to their ships. That night, severe weather struck the fleet. Both Yuan and Japanese records describe storm damage. By the next day, the invasion force retreated to Korea. Japan had survived, but the threat remained. The Kamakura government assumed another invasion would follow. Archaeological evidence confirms the construction of extensive stone defensive walls along Hakata Bay after 1274. Samurai were mobilized for sustained coastal defense. Landing zones were fortified. Japan had adapted. The next invasion would meet preparation, not surprise. The second invasion, 1281. In 1281, Kublai Khan launched the second campaign. Chinese and Korean records describe two major forces: the Eastern Route Army from Korea, the Southern Route Army from southern China. Modern historical estimates suggest the combined force may have exceeded 100,000 men, though exact numbers remain debated among scholars. What is certain is scale. It was significantly larger than the first invasion, but coordination proved difficult. The fleets did not fully synchronize their arrival. Japanese coastal defenses prevented an easy landing at Hakata Bay. Japanese forces launched repeated small boat night raids against Mongol ships anchored offshore. Tactics documented in Japanese military accounts and illustrated in contemporary war scrolls. The Mongol army struggled to secure sustained land control. Then, in August 1281, a powerful typhoon struck northern Kyushu. The Yuan Shi records extensive ship losses. Japanese accounts describe widespread destruction of vessels. Many ships were wrecked or driven ashore. Large numbers of troops perished. The invasion collapsed. Why the Mongols failed? The storms were decisive, but they were not the sole cause. Three structural factors shaped the outcome. First, maritime limitations. The Mongol military system was built for rapid land conquest. Sustained naval warfare and amphibious coordination were comparatively underdeveloped. Second, logistical strain. Mobilizing forces across Korea and southern China and supplying them across open water created delays and structural vulnerability. Third, Japanese defensive adaptation. Between 1274 and 1281, Japan constructed fixed coastal defenses and improved coordination among regional samurai forces. The second invasion faced a prepared opponent. The Mongol Empire remained formidable, but maritime projection exposed weaknesses that land campaigns had never revealed. Consequences. For Japan, the invasions elevated the prestige of the samurai class and reinforced the authority of the Kamakura shogunate, though the financial burden of defense would later contribute to internal strain. For the Mongol Empire, the campaigns were enormously expensive and yielded no territorial gain. They demonstrated the limits of imperial expansion across maritime frontiers. The empire still ruled vast lands after the failed invasions, but in Japan, the aura of Mongol invincibility was cracked.